Hey everyone, so is the Amazon Fire 7 here worth buying at the end of 2021? We are now in December of 2021. So this is at normal price here in the US, $50. For the holidays, it is now down to only $35, which is what I bought mine for yesterday. This is worth it for a couple of reasons here. And these are going to be kind of more towards specific people. So first reason is that price, especially now for only $35. Depending on what you want out of your tablet, this could definitely be worth it. Even at $50, this could be worth it. So for that price, that's one reason why this is worth it. Another reason why this would be worth it, and this is for these types of people, people that want this type of tablet, is if you only want very basic things out of your tablet here. So if you just want to browse the internet, if you just want to watch like something like YouTube, if you just want to read ebooks like off of the Kindle, stuff like that, this thing is worth it. If you want to do gaming, I would say look at the HD8 Plus or the HD10 Plus. Look at either of those two tablets or other brands. To me, this tablet is not worth it for gaming. We'll jump into that a bit later here. But for very specific or very basic tablet uses, this is going to be worth it. And again, for that price, this is worth it. So let's jump a bit more into here. So what you get with this guy is very basic stuff. You have one speaker right here. It's actually not the worst speaker ever, but you want to get one speaker. You of course have your Vine Rocker. You do have a headphone jack here, which is actually quite nice. Not everything in these days come with a headphone jack. This is still rocking a micro USB cable for the charging, not USB Type-C. And of course you have your power button there. You can expand the storage up to 512 gigabytes right here with a micro SD card. So that is quite nice. Otherwise, this one only came with 16 gigs. And other than that, there's not much else on here. You do get a camera, which I don't know why they really have cameras on this device. But you also have a front-facing one there as well. That you could use for video calling people if you really wanted to. Again, not the best camera though. Let's jump into internet browsing here. So like I said, this is actually pretty decent for internet browsing. So this is actually about as quick as the HD8 Plus that I have is for internet browsing here. I'll show you guys a quick speed here. So it really isn't bad for internet browsing. And on a 7-inch display, you can easily pocket this thing if your packets are big enough and take it wherever you want. And you can go desktop mode here as well. And then, so it really isn't that slow. Surprisingly, this is actually not that slow of a device for basic internet browsing stuff. And like I said, if you wanted to read books, this thing is fantastic for that as well. Again, being only 7 inches, being a smaller device, it does not weigh very much. You can have this in one hand. My hands are not that big, and I can still hold this thing in one hand here. And no issues. You will see there are fingerprints all over this. I wiped this thing off right before this video. So that just from this video, me touching it. So I have not downloaded this book yet. See how fast it downloads here. On my internet is usually around 100 megabytes per second download speed. So you can see it downloads pretty quick. This is a fantastic book if you guys have not read this yet. I actually just finished it the other day. So it is nice and easy to read. It looks good. Turn it sideways here. So because it is only 7 inches, even sideways you only get one page, whereas bigger tablets will give you 2 pages when you turn ebooks sideways. But this is fantastic for reading ebooks off of the Kindle store or whatever other app you might want to use. Next we'll go into YouTube here. One thing I do want to say before that, it does also have built-in an Alexa. if you want to use that. Is download the Google Play Store. I just made a video on how to do so on this specific tablet. It takes like 5-10 minutes. That way you can download a whole bunch more apps than what is on just Amazon's own app store here. So definitely download Google Play Store, including the actual YouTube app here. So we'll go into here, show you guys some royalty-free music. Here I am at a song. You can do up to 1080p, not that this display can actually do 1080p. I'm just going to bring the 720. Royalty-free music here, turn the volume all the way. Again, only one speaker right there. So it really is not actually the worst of speakers, or speaker, but it is of course only on one side of the device, whereas like HD8, HD10s will give you two speakers, the dual speakers, so this is going to sound better. But for, again, this price, it's really not a bad speaker. And two, you also have that headphone jack right here, so if you wanted to connect headphones, make your sound better as well. Next, we'll go into some gaming here. I'm going to turn this volume back down. Show you guys just Roblox. Tried this out yesterday. It's not very good. So it's going to take a moment to load here. Alright, then yesterday I tried, not on screen of course, but I tried doing a few different games here. I tried Flee the Facility, Pet Simulator, Royal High. All of those games just kicked me out of it right away. Not playable. I was able to do Mega Easy Obby. That worked okay. So Obby type games might be okay on here. I'll show you guys though. We'll do some Flee the Facility. I know this is a very popular game on here. This only has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, which is why it is not able to do very well in games. Very, very simple, basic games would probably be okay. But anything that's even a little bit, tiny, slightest bit intense does not seem to work on this guy. So this is not really a device for playing games. And even that's just a little bit laggy right there. So I'll show you guys here. We are in the lowest settings. So we'll try to play this for a moment here. And after about 20 seconds or so yesterday, it kicked me out of it. So we'll see how long it lasts today. Alright, so I paused it for a moment. I played for a little bit, like 10 seconds longer, and this is what it does. It just kicks you out of it. The RAM just cannot take it. This tablet just cannot take games very well. Again, I was able to do Obby type games in here, which are like platforming type games. That seemed to work okay. Not the best, but okay. It also gets pretty warm after like 5-10 minutes of use. So this is definitely not a tablet for gaming. So would I recommend this here at the end of 2021? Yes and no. Again, if you just want basic internet browsing, YouTube watching, ebook reading, and you want the cheapest device possible, that's still okay device. That's not going to break on you after a year or 6 months or something. This is just fine. I would say this is good, especially for that $50 or right now $35 here in the US price tag. It's really not bad. It's not the worst thing you could buy. But I would recommend spending a bit more money and getting yourself the Amazon Fire HD8 Plus. That is normally $110 here in the US, down to like $65. And it's just a bigger screen, a little bit better screen as well, and it's just a better experience overall. But again, if you want the cheapest device possible and you're not going to be doing any gaming at all, this is probably just fine for you. So you guys let me know what you think. As always, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you guys have a good one. Happy holidays. Goodbye.